It began with a single morning, a single city, a single shot. On June 28, 1914, in the narrow lanes of Sarajevo, a 19-year-old pulled the trigger and set the entire world on fire. Crowds filled the square for the feast of St. Vitus. Nationalist fervor runs hot through the streets. A city simmered with old wounds and new rage. In a dim attic, young conspirators whisper plans by lamplight. A 19-year-old student is drawn into their orbit, idealistic, restless, and searching for a cause. Deeper in the shadows, a seasoned operative assigns money, routes, and roles. This is no student rebellion. It is a calculated, cold-blooded conspiracy. Under cover of night, crates of weapons are smuggled across the river from Serbia into Bosnia. The machinery of assassination is quietly being assembled. On a scrubby hillside, young men practice with weapons under instruction. The student is awkward but determined, learning to do what he once only imagined. Through mountain passes by night, secret messages pass from hand to hand. A silent courier network threads the conspiracy together across borders. Alone in a cold boarding house, the young conspirator stares into the street below. Doubt and conviction wrestle inside him as the day approaches. Conspirators take their positions along Appel Quay. Whispered signals, careful spacing, 6 men placed along the motorcade's route, waiting in the midday sun. The open motorcade assembles outside the palace. The Archduke and his wife settle in, composed and unaware of the men positioned along their route. The motorcade moves through the cheering crowds. The couple smiles and waves, a public moment masking the danger already closing in around them. In a shadowed alley, a conspirator crouches over a bomb. Jaw clenched, hands steady, the city noise muffled as he makes his final preparations. He bursts onto Appel Quay and hurls the bomb at the lead car. A split second of desperate motion, and then the world changes. The bomb bounces off the car and explodes beneath the one behind it. Smoke, fire, and chaos erupt across the quay in an instant. The wounded are tended to on blood-stained cobbles. Medics scramble, bystanders cry out. The first casualties of a conspiracy still not finished. The motorcade speeds away through the smoke. Inside the car, the Archduke is furious. His wife grips her gloves, pale and silent. Inside City Hall, the Archduke confronts his age over the attack. Despite the danger, he insists on visiting the wounded at the hospital. Against all advice, the couple steps back into the open car. Determined, defiant, they will not let fear dictate their duty. The motorcade resumes through streets still marked by the blast. Policemen line the route, but the danger has not passed. An aide struggles with a map, pointing urgently at the route. In the confusion, a critical mistake is about to be made. The driver misreads instructions and turns onto a narrow street near the Latin Bridge. An unplanned detour, and fate closes in.
Steady now.
Further down the avenue, the young conspirator had earlier lost his nerve. Now, watching the approaching cars, his resolve hardens once more. He sees the car stall ahead near the Latin Bridge. Something shifts inside him. He steps out from concealment and moves forward. The car struggles to reverse in the tight lane. Confusion among the aides. The couple leans forward, unaware of what is walking toward them. The conspirator closes the final meters with grim, mechanical purpose. The crowd begins to sense something is wrong, but it is already too late. He draws a small pistol from inside his coat. His fingers tighten, his lips press thin. The world narrows to a single moment. 2 shots are fired at point-blank range. One strikes the Duchess in the abdomen. One strikes the Archduke in the neck. History fractures in an instant. The Duchess collapses onto the cobbles, fingers pressed to her wound. Around her, the crowd stands frozen in stunned, horrified disbelief. The Archduke clutches his neck and staggers into the car. Aides scramble, but nothing can be done. He is dying in the open street. Chaos erupts across the lane. Screams fill the air as police seize the shooter on the spot, pinning him to the cobblestones. The conspirator is held down under the bridge, surrounded by furious onlookers. He stares upward, bruised, breathless, a mixture of shock and hollow defiance. A pistol and a small vial of cyanide are recovered from the ground. 2 objects, 2 shots, and the world will never be the same. The conspirator is interrogated through the night. The cyanide he swallowed fails to kill him. He sits pale, coughing, and defiant, still alive. Night falls over Sarajevo. Newsboys shout the headlines on gas-lit street corners. The city and the world begins to grasp what has happened. In government offices across Europe, telegrams pile up and maps are unrolled. The diplomatic machinery begins to move, slowly at first, then with terrible momentum. On July 23rd, Austria-Hungary delivers a sweeping ultimatum to Serbia. A sealed document handed across the threshold. Serbian ministers debate the ultimatum into the night. They accept many terms, but refuse to surrender their sovereignty to a foreign power. Germany issues a blank check of unconditional support to Austria-Hungary. A single-stamped telegram, and the continent tilts toward war. Across Russia, mobilization orders are posted and troop trains begin to move. Alliance commitments are pulling nations toward a conflict none fully controls. In Paris, officers plot mobilization corridors on enormous maps. The machinery of modern war is being set in motion across every capital in Europe. German generals trace the Schlieffen Plan across Belgium and into France. A pencil line on a map, the blueprint for the war that will consume a generation. German forces cross into neutral Belgium. Towns are shelled, civilians flee, and the brutality of modern warfare spills beyond all borders. In London, Parliament debates Britain's entry into the war. Speeches, silence, and the weight of obligation. A nation stands at the edge of history. Within months, the fields of Europe are transformed into industrial slaughter. Trenches, barbed wire, and artillery, a war unlike any the world has seen. In a damp prison cell, the conspirator grows gaunt with tuberculosis. The war he helped ignite rages across Europe, while he coughs in the dark. He dies in prison in April 1918, just months before the war ends. His cell is emptied. A folded blanket. A closed door. Nothing more. Across Serbia, members of the secret network are arrested and purged. The men who planned the assassination face their own cold reckoning. From one pistol fired in a narrow lane on a summer morning, 4 years of war, 17 million dead, and a world remade in grief. One bullet changed the course of human history. 17 million lives lost, all from a single morning in Sarajevo.